Hello everybody, it's your boy Yasuke Gaming, and today I'm going to do a Digimon TCG deck profile. And this deck is going to be Medusamon with the lovely mat. So first things first, we're going to go with the BT21 Gigimon for the Digi-Egg. 4 copies. And then we're going to go for 4 copies of the BT24 Elizamon. I like the draw power that she gives out. Then we're going to go for 4 copies of the BT21 Elizamon. She's a good option to hard play to search for basically 2 cards and add them to your hand. Then we're going to go for 3 copies of the BT23 Elizamon. I've seen some people do 4, but I'm going to stick with 3 because I have a lot of reduced Digivolution costs in this deck, so I'm just going to keep her at 3. And then we're going to have 4 copies of the BT24 Dimetromon. I like the fact that he's a blocker, and I can save my other Digimon by returning him to the hand. And then we're going to have 3 copies of the BT21 Dimetromon, just to get your Owens out. 1 copy of Cyclonemon. He has Rush and Raid, and he's a good target for the Lamiamon's inheritable, so bring him out. Next, we're gonna have 4 copies of the BT24 Lamiamon. Her effect's very good. She could warp Digiball. Of her second effect, she could force your opponent to put a card in her hand into their security, and they trash their security, which will set off a lot of other inheritable effects. So we're having her at 4. 2 copies of the BT21 Lamiamon. She has progress, and she really only works with Raid, but her inheritable's also very good. It's the same as the other Lamiamon, so 2 copies of her. And for more level 5s, I just did 2 copies of Cyberdramon, because if you hard play him or Digivolve into him, he'll basically force your opponent to add a card to their security and trash, which will also set off a lot of effects. Plus, his terrible is also pretty neat too. Alright, for level 6s, we're going to go for the EX11 Medusamon. 3 copies. With her, she has Rush and Progress, and both her effects are not once per turn. So, she basically is immortal if you have tokens on the field. I'm going to have 1 copy of the BT24 Medusamon. She has Rush, Progress, and Piercing, and she basically only run 1 copy because it's not really as strong as the other Medusamon, but it is nice to give your opponent 2 tokens off of this. So I'm just going to have her at 1. Next, 3 copies of Styracomon from BT24. So first things first, this big guy, he has Progress, Piercing, Blocker, and Armor Purge. And his Digivolving effect is not once per turn. And his other 2 effects are pretty neat too. Plus with the Armor Purge, it's also nice to have because you can literally just Digivolve into your Medusamon and just save her from getting destroyed. So he's also a good game finisher. Alright, now for Tamers, I went with 2 of the EX11 Owen, 2 of the BT21 Owen, and 1 of the BT24 Owen. I did have Owen at 2 for each, but I didn't want to flood my deck with a bunch of Owens. I just wanted to be kind of consistent. So we're just going to go with 2-2-1 for now. We're gonna go with 2 copies of Red Scramble. 3 copies of Offense Training. 2 copies of Crimson Blaze. I'm running 2 copies of the unique Emblem. Mainly because having 3 is really not needed, especially since my Elizamons, one Elizamon I have gives me draw power. So I did run it at 3, but running it at 2 is just fine. 1 copy Raging Serpentine. And then, me personally, I like Vortex Resonance. I have 1 copy in there. Mainly because its main I like giving off both effects. Its main effect, reveal the top 3 cards of my deck, add 1 card with the Liberate trait among them to the hand, return the rest of the bottom of the deck. Then, when your Digimon digivolve into a Digimon card in the hand, with the cost reduced by 4. And this is only a 3 cost. So that really helps out a lot. And obviously, if you're playing a Medusamon deck, you're going to need tokens. And if you are curious, the mat and the tokens and the sleeves, I got them all from the Avot store. You should check out his YouTube channel. He has some pretty cool stuff on his website. Some side options for this: an extra copy of Offense Training, a second Cyclonemon, maybe another BT24 Owen. That's just a maybe. Just depends. 1 copy of the BT21 Medusamon, because just security attack +1. 2 copies of the BT18 Owen. He's just your memory setter. 2 copies of the BT21 Agumon. He would turn, if you hard play him, you can return a Digimon card with the Reptile Dragon trait from your trash to your hand. So he's basically for recycling. And 2 copies of Elizamon Superior Mode from BT21. He has Raid and Piercing. And when he digivolves, he can attack without suspending. He's also a Dragon Can't trait Digimon, so it's just a maybe. Alright, and that'll be it for my Medusamon deck profile. Thank you. Have a nice day, people.